Hey, what is up? My name is Shane and welcome back to another Attack on Titan 2 video. Now, a lot of us are hoping that the game has improved upon the first one in terms of omnidirectional mobility gear, Titan movements and just more variety when it comes to gameplay. Of course, we will know for ourselves when the game is released, but there are people who have actually played the game and there are articles from people who have had hands-on with the game and shared their thoughts on it. So in this video we'll be going through some hands-on impressions. The article I'll be going through is from Hardcore Gamer, and of course if you want to check it out for yourself there will be a link in the description. So they mentioned that they were a fan of the first game mainly because of the 3D gear, and they then went on to say, "I was definitely looking forward to getting a sneak peek at Koei Tecmo's sequel and I wasn't disappointed. The new title offers the same adrenaline rush flying between trees and buildings whilst filling in the bare areas of the original, offering more fan service for dedicated anime and manga fans and some cool multiplayer features." Okay, so it's a relief to hear that one of the first things they said about it was that they were not disappointed, and that this game supposedly falls in the bare areas of the original. Not too sure what they mean by that, but hopefully they elaborate on that point. They also said it offers more fan service for dedicated anime and manga fans. That's probably to do with character creator, I imagine, and they mentioned that it has some cool multiplayer features. So far all we know about multiplayer is Annihilation mode and co-op story mode. Hopefully we get more gameplay on those soon, mainly the story mode. I mean, we have screenshots, but I prefer to see actual gameplay. They then say, story mode has been switched up by changing who you play. Rather than cycling through the main cast during their story beats, Attack on Titan has you play as a customizable character referred to as our man, although they can be male or female, who have just been off screen during each of the important scenes in the series, sitting with an earshot of a young Eren's trio on the boat escaping the fall of Shiganshina, and with an earshot of his resolution to rid the world of Titans, then later standing several rows behind him as a fellow recruit to the 104th. This gives you a view of the plot without committing you to the perspective of any of the characters. So this is really cool. Our character has supposedly been there the entire time and now we get to see it from their perspective. It seems our character was also from Shiganshina and on the same boat as Eren, Armin and Mikasa. During one of Koei Tecmo's streams, they actually showed a bit of the intro that shows the fall of Shiganshina from our character's perspective, which I'll play now in case you haven't seen it. But keep in mind, if you don't want to know anything about our character's story, this could be considered spoilers. Also, it unfortunately features commentary from Koei Tecmo, so yeah, they pretty much talk over the clip, which kind of sucks. But anyway, here is a short segment from the intro from our character's perspective. They then say, this gives story mode the feeling of an awkward self-insert fanfiction, especially with you quickly becoming one of the squad's aces that no one ever spoke of, but the dynamic has its own charms and the trade-offs are more than worth it. The character customization has a lot of options and a really good feel for the Isayama's character aesthetics, although you can definitely make your character stand out in the worst way if you're motivated. Additionally, they've introduced a friendship system that allows you to earn points with different members of the 104th. Of course, nothing really new here. We all know that we have a customizable protagonist and that there's an amazing character creator, as well as character interactions where we can raise friendship levels with characters. They did say it gives the story mode an awkward self-insert fanfiction with us becoming one of the squad's aces that no one ever spoke of. Even though I'm still skeptical about how story mode will work, I'm still intrigued and actually excited to play it from a new perspective. They then go on to say, the story mode goes through the same early beats, so be prepared to cover the old territory including the Titan training. Most of the new content in the early stages comes in the form of some extra training for the game's new features and during downtime where you can wander around wherever your base is and start building your friendship meter with the other members of the squad. I was told the story mode now goes up to the end of season 2 and features its own ending. Okay, so new training for new features is cool and everything, but it will have its own ending. What does that mean? Is it just the ending of season 2 from our character's perspective or an actual new ending? You can't just throw something like that in and not explain it. I need answers. Let me know what you guys think what they mean by own ending. It could just be the same ending from our character's perspective. They then say the most significant difference in the sequel is the Titans themselves. Whilst the first game did a tremendous job of allowing you to live your dream of being a Titan slaying machine, providing a ridiculously fun 3D movement gear mechanic that let you jump from Titan to Titan and rack up kills, it didn't do very much to instill the same fear of the Titans in you that the characters experience. They were just too easy, providing almost zero reason not to go right for the kill from the outset. If you were skilled and paid close attention, then there was very little stopping you from reaching their nape. Now, that's changed. Even the smallest titans will go down quietly, swatting or grabbing you out of the air, swinging the limb your grapples are attached to send you flying or suddenly leaping directly at you. It's extremely difficult to take them out of the outset, and the game has become truer to the anime in that respect, as limbs represent much safer targets. The natural way to take them down is to sever their leg to limit mobility, repeat the process on one of their arms, and finally approach their nape from the disabled side. At first it's very difficult to bring them down, but once you know what you're doing, it's much more satisfying. So this is great to hear. The titans are more responsive and aggressive. I know some of you were saying in the comments that you want the titans to have different behaviour, and now they supposedly do. I'm really looking forward to experiencing it for myself and seeing just how much they've changed and if they are really more similar to the way they were in the anime. And since they're more difficult, it makes sense that they add bases, more weapons, as well as co-op to make it a bit easier. Next, they talk about Annihilation mode in multiplayer. It's basically just an overview of what it is, but we'll read it anyway. Other additions include a group versus mode we were able to try out, which essentially comes out to rival squads competing over who can win the most accolades, slaying titans. Your groups are released in the same city where there are a variety of titans, including abnormals and some priority targets. You can try to coordinate, split up, or play it the way it's meant to be played and go straight for the enemy squad. You're equipped with a few tools you can use to sabotage your opponents, including smoke grenades that blind them. There's also kill stealing, so high priority titans will often have 2 or 3 players flying circles around it, picking away at its limbs and trying to be the first to grab the killing blow and all the points. We have an idea of what Annihilation mode is like. Team versus another team. If you work together you can get more points, you can steal kills, distract enemies and stuff like that. I'm still hoping there'll be humans versus titan shifters or even titans versus titans, because that seems like it will be a lot of fun. Another mode just came to my mind is Horde mode or Wave mode, where you and other players have to kill waves of titans for as long as you can, and each wave they're stronger. They go from normal titans to abnormal to muscular to bizarre. I'd actually love for that to be a mode. Please make it happen, Koei Tecmo. Next, they talk about the game on Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch version they had set up for multiplayer had a notably shorter draw distance than the PS4, and the titans had a tendency to sometimes fold in on themselves while reaching for flying humans in dramatic ways, like their torso swinging down through their legs and back up behind them when a human ran between its feet, which was probably the most significant issue I found with the game on either platform. Going for the nape when a titan's head is clipping through a nearby building adds another dimension to the difficulty, however. So obviously the Nintendo Switch won't be the same level as the Xbox, PS4 and PC when it comes to draw distance, but it seems like there will be a titan folding issue, and apparently it's the same as they said it was the most significant issue I found on either platform. So hopefully this is fixed before launch. We don't want the titans acting up when we're trying to kill them. Safe to say it would break the immersion. And the last thing they say is basically an overview which says, overall my impression on the new title was very positive. It seems like Koei Tecmo was listening to the fans when adding new features and adjusting Attack on Titan 2. Or at least they definitely made the changes I wanted by making the experience of fighting titans feel more authentic and looking for ways to engage players outside of flying through the air. I was most surprised how much I enjoyed the multiplayer as well. Although I'm not exactly looking forward to repeating the first half of the story, it'll be interesting to see where the new character's story and the friendship system goes. I think the part about not looking forward to replaying the first half of the story might be an issue for some people. Some of us might just want to dive into Season 2, and I'm kind of one of those people, but I'm happy enough to play through Season 1 as our own character along with all the new features, such as co-op story mode. Playing through the same story with friends seems like it will be a lot more enjoyable. Let's just hope there's no network issues. They also said that their impression on the game was very positive, and it seems like Koei Tecmo has been listening to feedback, which is great. I'm happy they're listening and trying to improve upon the first game. Let me know what you guys think of this hands-on impressions, and are there any features you want the game to have or any features you want changed or improved. Stay tuned for more Attack on Titan content, and as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It is much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.
後ろだ。